The distress beacon was so faint that Kara Mitchell almost missed it. Her scanner flickered once, twice, then locked onto coordinates deep inside the quarantine zone of Theta 7, a lifeless moon where nothing was supposed to exist. Protocol said ignore it. Common sense said turn back. But Kara had never been good at walking away. She landed her medical shuttle near the source and found the wreckage immediately. The ship was small, elegant, and utterly destroyed. Scorch marks carved through alien metal, and the emergency hatch hung open like a screaming mouth. Inside, the air reeked of copper and decay. Kara stepped through the threshold, her medkit already in hand, and froze. 3 creatures lay motionless in the cargo hold, each no larger than a human child. Their scales shimmered even in death, deep violet fading to silver at the edges. Wings folded against narrow bodies, dragon hatchlings, Draconid young, and they were dying. Kara dropped to her knees beside the nearest one. Its breathing was shallow, erratic. Poison, she realized, scanning its biology. Deliberate poison. Someone had injected them with a slow-acting toxin designed to look like natural failure. Her hands moved on instinct, pulling antitoxins from her kit, adjusting dosages for alien physiology she barely understood. The first hatchling convulsed once, then its breathing steadied. The second responded slower but held. The third, the smallest, didn't move at all. Her communicator buzzed. Commander Lewis, her superior officer, his voice sharp. Mitchell, what's your status? Your beacon shows you've landed in a restricted zone. Kara hesitated, staring at the tiny creature beneath her fingers. I found survivors, sir. 3 Draconid hatchlings. They've been poisoned. I need time. Silence. Then cold and final. Abort immediately. That's an order. Draconid affairs are not our concern. They're children, Kara said quietly. They're political landmines. The Draconid sovereignty has protocols for genetic defects. If those hatchlings were abandoned, there's a reason. Do not interfere. Return to base now. Kara looked at the smallest hatchling. Its chest rose and fell in fragile rhythm. I can't do that, sir. Mitchell, if you disobey this order, you will face court-martial. Your career will be over. She closed her eyes, opened them. Understood. The line went dead. Kara worked through the night, alone in the cold wreckage. She synthesized enzymes to break down the toxin, calibrated her scanner to read Draconid vital signs, and manually filtered their blood when her equipment couldn't keep up. Her hands shook from exhaustion, but she didn't stop. The 2 larger hatchlings stabilized by dawn. The smallest one clung to life by a thread. Then she found the datapad. It was tucked beneath the pilot's seat, half-melted but functional. Kara activated it and felt her stomach drop. The file was marked with Draconid government seals. Official extermination orders. The hatchlings had been deemed genetically defective, their neural patterns showing abnormalities that violated sovereignty standards. They were to be disposed of quietly, away from public eyes. No records. No questions. But as Kara read deeper, she realized the truth. The abnormalities weren't defects, they were enhancements. Advanced cognitive abilities, telepathic potential, energy manipulation. These hatchlings weren't flawed. They were powerful, and the Draconid elite had decided that kind of power in the wrong bloodlines was too dangerous to allow. Kara uploaded the files to her shuttle's encrypted drive and transmitted them to human intelligence networks. If she was going down, the galaxy would know why. 2 hours later, the Draconid enforcers arrived. Their ship was sleek and silent, cutting through Theta 7's thin atmosphere like a blade. Kara saw them on her scanner and immediately sealed the medical bay. She moved the hatchlings into the reinforced storage chamber, the only place with shielding thick enough to buy her time. The smallest one stirred as she lifted it, golden eyes flickering open for the first time. It made a sound, soft and broken, and Kara whispered, I've got you. I'm not leaving. The enforcers didn't bother with diplomacy. The outer door exploded inward, and armored figures poured through the wreckage. Kara activated the bay's emergency lockdown, blast doors slamming shut between her and the attackers. She knew it wouldn't hold long. Human, a voice called through the intercom, smooth and venomous. Surrender the defective specimens. This does not concern your species. Kara pressed her back against the storage chamber door. They're not specimens. They're lives. They are violations of sovereignty law. Their existence is illegal. Step aside, or you will be removed. The blast doors groaned under plasma torches. Kara looked at the hatchlings. The two larger ones had moved closer to the smallest, forming a protective circle. Their eyes, all 6 of them, were locked on her, watching, waiting. "I'm sorry," she whispered. I tried. The smallest hatchling stood. Its legs trembled, but it stood. And then it sang. The sound was nothing Kara had ever heard. It wasn't language. It wasn't music. It was pure resonance, vibrating through her bones, her blood, her thoughts. The other 2 hatchlings joined in, their voices weaving together into something that felt ancient and impossible. Light erupted from their scales, violet and silver and blinding white. The blast doors exploded inward, and the enforcers rushed through, but they stopped, frozen. Between Kara and the attackers, a barrier had formed, shimmering energy, solid as steel, crackling with power. The hatchlings stood together, wings spread, and the barrier pulsed with every breath they took. An enforcer raised a weapon. The barrier flared, and the gun disintegrated in his hands. Kara's communicator exploded with noise. Human voices. Military channels. "This is Captain Grant of the UES Defiant. Draconid vessel, you are in violation of treaty protocols. Stand down immediately." The lead enforcer turned, his reptilian face twisting with rage. "This is sovereignty business. Do not interfere. You're attempting to execute children on a human-monitored moon. That makes it our business. Stand down or be fired upon." Kara sagged against the wall, relief flooding through her. The hatchlings held the barrier, their song never wavering. The standoff lasted 3 hours. Human reinforcements arrived in force. Draconid. Diplomats scrambled to contain the leak, but Kara's transmission had already spread across a dozen networks, and the galaxy had seen the files. The genetic purges, the secret killings, the fear of power in the wrong hands. When it was over, Kara stood in front of a military tribunal. Her uniform had been stripped. Her rank was gone. But she stood straight. "Do you have anything to say in your defense?" the presiding officer asked. Kara looked at the observation window. Behind the glass, 3 dragon hatchlings watched her with golden eyes. The smallest one pressed a clawed hand against the barrier. "Every life deserves a chance," Kara said. "I'd make the same choice again." The room fell silent. Then the smallest hatchling sang. Just one note, clear and defiant. The tribunal acquitted her, humanity granted the hatchlings asylum, and the Draconid sovereignty, exposed and humiliated, faced sanctions that would reshape galactic law for generations. Kara walked out of that courtroom with 3 shadows at her heels. The hatchlings had bonded to her, the human who refused to quit. Who saw lives where others saw problems? Who chose compassion when it cost everything? She knelt down, and the smallest one climbed into her arms, purring like thunder. "Yeah," Kara whispered. "I'd do it again." And somewhere in the cold distance of space, the galaxy learned what humanity had always known. Some things are worth fighting for, and some humans will never, ever walk away.